Let's go for a walk. Let's go. I've got to be honest with you. I did not expect this. I planned a lot of things for this weekend. I knew it was a lot. I always do. But I thought I would be able to. I thought this time would be different. I always do. And I was excited. I was very excited. So Friday night ish, I got stuck in this weird dream where I'm stuck in a loop. There's this island and there's this huge tide that's going to wash everything and everyone in a few minutes. And it is my job to save them. Sometimes I'm looking for a plug to pull, sometimes a button to press. There's always something, a way to solve it. And I'm always trying to find it. And it never works. I get drowned and I die. Every single time. And then it starts all over again. After a while, people get used to it. I see them walking around the island, doing their thing. The tide, the huge tide, is looking down at them, about to eat all of them up. And they don't even bother to look above. They're just doing their own thing. They're ready to die. But I'm not. I'll start all over again. I've got to be honest with you. I did not expect this. I realized this a few years ago. I think after I got the first few checks, I realized that money isn't that strong. I mean, it's not the strongest currency or the most powerful currency. I'm not saying Indian rupee is not strong. The dollar, the euro, the rupee, the money is not that powerful. Sure, it solves a lot of problems, and that means it's not completely useless. But, okay, there were so many times in my life where I'd rather spend money than time. This time. See, like a default value, I started with a lot of time and no money. And as soon as I had a little bit of both, I could finally compare which one I would like to spend and which one I would like to save. The more I thought about it, the more it became obvious. I'd like to save time over money. Time is better than money. You can take all my money, but not my time. But how do you get money in the first place? And here's something interesting. Money can be bought by spending time, and time can be bought by spending money. Hey, it's a loop. And if you're stuck in this loop, you're constantly spending time to earn money and then spending money to save time. Time can never create more time, but money can create more money. So if I'm making sense, the only way to get out of this loop is to earn enough money and put it to good use so that it earns itself without you spending any of your time. That, I thought, was the basic difference between a job and a business. I thought I figured it out. All I had to do was to detach my money and my time. There could be a number of ways to do that. And I started thinking. I knew it was a lot, I always do, but I thought I would be able to. I thought this time would be different. I always do. And I was excited. I was very excited. But I've got to be honest with you. I did not expect this. See, with enough money and enough time comes power to solve problems. But you can't solve all the problems. You need to look carefully and notice what's what's happening around you. And that's where I found the most valuable currency, the one that drives every other, the one which the most powerful are trying to own. So, after money and time, the next big thing is your attention. M- So, after money and time, the next big thing is your attention. See, most people think that it's the same as time, but it's not. You can sit all day in a class or in office and spend all your time there and still choose to spend your attention on a completely different thing. Your most valuable moments are not the ones you spent most money on or most time on. They're the ones that you couldn't stop thinking about, that took all your attention. Actually, I don't know. It still is the most confusing thing that I've ever spent or earned or used. I don't know. I think that most of the time I myself don't have my own attention, and I try to make sure that I spend it in a good place. There are a lot of people that you would not mind giving money to. There are fewer that you would like to give your time. How many people deserve your attention? And same is with things, same is with problems. So every now and then, and not always, I try to audit something new that I want to buy or or have. And I ask these three questions. How much money does it need? How much time does it need? How much attention does it need? And it's always a mix of all three of them. But I try to make sure that I'm using the cheaper currencies and saving the more expensive ones for things that really matter. So, a while ago, and this is not that recent, I sat down with a list of problems that I would like to solve with my current understanding of how these three currencies work, and I try to pick the biggest one, the tide that might kill all of us. And here I am, trying to spend all of my money and all of my time and all of my attention on trying to stop this tide from from eating all of us again. And I might die. But that just means that I'll start all over again. I've got to be honest with you. I did not expect this. I planned a lot of things for this weekend. I knew it was a lot. I always do. But I thought I would be able to. I thought this time would be different.